How's your lineup looking this afternoon, Coach?
Our lineup is going to be largely similar to the last lineup. We'll play Anders Nielsen in net. That'll be the big change. We actually have 7 healthy defensemen, but we're going to make our decision on which 6 will play this afternoon.
So that means Cody is ready to go?
Yeah, that means Cody's ready to go.
Where's Zach? Where's Zach?
They felt it was best to keep him off again today, and we foresee him being able to practice tomorrow, and he's still a possibility now for Saturday.
Mark, what's your pre-scout tell you about Florida?
Well, you know, they have top-end people, 5 guys that have scored 25 goals on their team, and you know, that's obviously some offensively dynamic people. Barkov is far and away one of the best center icemen in the league. He's one of the best two-way center icemen in the league, and you know, they go through it. You've got some people there that offensively extremely dynamic. You know, we all know Mike Hoffman and his ability to shoot and his speed and his ability to create on the attack and especially on the power play. Keep going through their list of people. Huberdeau has been exceptional. Good playmaker. Keep going. Trocheck, you know, is one of the really dynamic centerman. He had a tough game in here the last time we played. We saw that awful injury, so it's nice to see him make a comeback from that and have the type of season that he's having. And you keep going on, you know, Davidoff, and you know, they've got a lot of really good offensively dynamic weapons. If you look on the point, I love the skating ability of Matheson, and Yandel, of course, is one of the premier offensive defensemen in the league. So they've got lots of weapons. You know, I know you can go through the whole group and dissect them, what their strengths are offensively and how they make things happen offensively. But there's some good people. I really like their fourth line center, Dennis Malgin. I had Dennis for 3 years over in Zurich, and you know, he's a great kid, and happy to see him continuing to progress.
It used to be an unwritten rule, you always start the goalie after a shutout win, so why do you go with Anders?
Because both goalies have been playing well for us. You know, both of them of late have had real good starts, and we actually went through the dynamics of this with Craig and with Pierre Grew. We said, what happens if Andy pitches a shutout? And our thought was right after it that we were going to keep things the way that we had planned, and we had planned that this would be Anders' game, and we had planned that Craig would be in the nets for Toronto on the next day. So in order to keep it like this, you know, we felt that we couldn't make a bad decision the way that these guys have been playing right now. So we stuck with it, and that's where we're going with it tonight. I actually talked to Craig about it yesterday. I said, listen, I'm going to stay with the original plan. You can try and talk me out of it. And he said, no, that's fine. And so he understands that we still got to continue to keep playing both goalies. And obviously, again, as an organization, there's still a huge assessment being done of all our players, and that follows through to the goaltenders as well.
Coach, J.G. Pageau was Ottawa's nominee for the Masterton. Can you just touch on his importance to this team?
Well, first of all, I'd say, you know, I've seen big injuries before, and one that really came to my mind when I thought of Jean-Gabriel is Huey Krupp. Huey Krupp had an MCL injury, which basically put you out for a minimum of 6 months, and it happened in the first game of the season, the year that we won the Cup in Colorado. He came back with 6 games to go, and arguably was probably our most valuable defenseman in that playoff series. He ended up scoring the triple overtime game winner. And the commitment that the players have to make to come back from huge injuries is significant. And Jean-Gabriel, when it happened, first day of training camp, I still remember the look on everybody's face, you know, whether it was our strength and conditioning guys, whether it was our medical people, you know, Guy as the head coach at the time. We just knew, oh my God, this is such a significant injury for us, and it was a significant injury for us. And then I remember, you know, the medical staff saying, you know, once the operation happened, they said, you know, it was such a clean tear, and they got such a great response from the surgeon that did the operation, that everything went perfectly. So you don't usually come back from a torn Achilles the way that he came back from it. And a lot of that comes down to Jean-Gabriel and his commitment to get back and to do all the tedious things that you need to do to get yourself back and prepared. He's been a big difference maker for us since he's come back. And, you know, lately we've been able, because he's so fresh, we've been able to ride him a little bit. And he played 20-some minutes last game, and he's playing in all our situations now. He's a significant penalty killer. He's playing an important role on our power play now. He's out for key face-offs all the time. So again, I really, really appreciate what Jean-Gabriel brings to us every game. And he finds a way to be impactful in every game. And I think that impact goes back to, you know, how much he realized the onus was on him to do the necessary work to come back. And to me, that speaks about exactly what the Masterton Trophy is about. It's about guys that go the extra mile. It's about guys that do the things that make them special on your team. And Jean-Gabriel is exactly that for us.
You like Verno playing with him?
I do like Verno playing with him. I think, you know, quietly he's very, very good with both of those guys. You know, you don't get a chance to see him, how he talks to the guys on the bench, but like I'm privy to that. I'm usually over their shoulder listening, and the information that he dispenses both to Brady and to Max is invaluable. And you know, I've talked about how much veteran players teach young players, and we've got a really good teacher in Jean-Gabriel. He's been through a lot of things in his career. He's learned the right way from people who've been here before him, and I think he's playing it forward right now with our two young players that we've got him playing with. Well, Verno is you know, we're giving him a lot. We've basically thrown him in the deep end of the pool and are saying, hey, go out and see how you can do, playing top-line minutes, playing on the power play, playing with other good players. And we've liked a lot of what he's done. He's got NHL speed. His brain, his hockey IQ is terrific. You know, he still needs to learn a little bit more about strength and strength on battles, but that's going to come. And you know, talking to him, I talked to him just yesterday, and you know, the first thing out of his mouth is just how strong NHL players are, and that's the big difference from playing at Princeton to playing here. Yes, you're playing against occasionally a big guy, but here, even the fifth and sixth defensemen, the fourth line forwards are all strong, powerful people. And being able to handle that, until you see it, until you live it, I think there's no explanation that can get you ready for it like actually playing against those types of people. So he knows what he needs to do in order to be a bona fide regular NHLer. Like I said earlier, we've thrown him in the deep end of the pool, and we're hoping that he has a really good stroke as he heads down to the other end.